Hello, my knitting and looming friends. It's Michelle. I tried to rig up my phone to show you guys how I make my panel, like the previous video I made yesterday for the blanket. Okay, so I went ahead and I started. Now I will make another video on how I start it, and then in the middle, and then at the end of how I do this panel, okay? But this is just to get you started, and hopefully it all makes sense and that you can try it out. Okay, so this is the pattern, and I think it is really beautiful. Okay, now once again, I learned this knitting pattern, loom knitting pattern, on YouTube, but I made the blanket part to make panels and sew them together by myself. I just literally made it up in my head. Okay, so you have to remember that you always knit 3. So you knit 1, 2, 3 at the beginning and at the end. Okay. Now this loom, I know it looks a little funny, but this peg broke. Total bummer. So I just do the anchor peg and then I just start from this peg. Okay. So I already did the 3 E-wraps, okay? And I'll try to get closer. See this little bump right here? We'll call it a little bump. Make sure I got it in the camera. That will tell you every time what way you're going, okay? So if you put down your knitting and you come back and you forget, always look at this little bump right here. Try to pick it up with my thing. So right here, okay? So it's pointing that way, which is left. So we're gonna wrap this peg and go behind. You're always going behind the middle peg, and you're always gonna use 3 pegs. So be 3, 3, 3, 3 all the way, okay? So we wrapped this one. Sorry, we went behind this one, wrapped it. Now we're gonna go around this one, and you're gonna knit off. And that's it. And then you repeat it again. This is telling us to go left, so we wrap this peg, go behind the middle peg, and wrap the 3rd peg, and you knit off. And that's literally all you do. And it's super easy, and the pattern looks amazing. Okay, so again, we're gonna go left, be wrapped around this peg, the 1st peg, behind the 2nd peg, and then wrap the 3rd peg and knit off. And again, I'm going to go all the way around so I can show you how we turn around, and then I will stop the video, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how I cast off. It's a very easy, common, well, not common, but regular way to cast off. Whoops. And I always like to show how to cast off in case like a beginner loomer is watching or anything. And my camera is moving, and I apologize. So we're gonna go all the way around. Oops. Stay, camera. Stay. Okay. Okay, we're almost at the end. This is the part where you have to, oops, that's my lamp I just knocked over. That you kind of have to pay attention because you don't want to knit the last 3 when you're supposed to e-wrap them. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, and all you do is e-wrap them around and around and around. Then you e-wrap it again, 1, 2, 3, and over and over and over. Okay, and that's it. Now I will come back and I'll show you how to cast off and how I knit. So I'm sorry, sew them onto the next panel on my blanket, and I'll spread out the blanket on the floor and show you what it looks like. It's pretty awesome, and you can kind of see the pattern. It's not awesome. And then the edges are nice. I make them 22, let's say 22 inches long, okay? All my panels are. And then that way all of them are the same size, and it makes it easier to sew together to make a blanket, okay? So I just stretch it out a little. And honestly, if you make a mistake, nobody will know. Unless it really bothers you, like sometimes it does for me, and then I rip it out. Okay, I will end off here. I will make this to 22 inches, and I'm not 100% sure how many rows. So maybe on the next video, I'll let you know how many rows, and then, or you just keep track with your ruler, measuring tape, or whatever you have, and you do 22 inches. All right, catch you on the flip side.